Isaiah 9 verse 6. This verse states, "And his name will be called," and in the King James Version we have Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Now let's take a look at this from the Masoretic text and also from the Isaiah scroll. Now let's compare the Masoretic text with the Isaiah scroll and see if we can come up with a valid translation of this verse based on these two manuscripts. Up at the top here we have the Masoretic text, and in comparison with that, below that we have the Isaiah scroll. If you notice, they're very similar, but there are some differences, and these are what we're going to take a look at. The first word is the word Pele. Pele means wonderful or wonder, but it can also be a name. Remember, every Hebrew name is a Hebrew word, so Hebrew words can be names, and sometimes it's difficult to tell whether or not it's a word or a name. So in this case, it can be a noun meaning wonderful or wonder, or it can be the name Pele. The second word is the word yoetz. Yoetz is the participle form of the verb, and it can mean counseling or counselor, but again, it can also be a name, yoetz. These two words can be put together. Now there are some who have interpreted Pele yoetz as wonderful counselor. However, this we know cannot be a translation, because in the case of wonderful counselor, wonderful is an adjective, and in Hebrew the adjectives have to come after the noun, and this would then be yoetz Pele, but that's not what we have. If you notice in the King James Version and other translations that do use the translation wonderful counselor, they have a comma in between, recognizing that these are two separate words, but they can still be in the construct state. Wonder of the counselor would be a very viable translation of Pele yoetz. Whenever two nouns are put together, they're in the construct state. We in English would put the word of in there, so Pele yoetz, wonder of the counselor. Another possibility is Pele is a noun, but yoetz is a name, and we would then have wonder of yoetz. Now yoetz can either be the name of a place or possibly even a person, or simply Pele and yoetz are just two different names given to this individual. The next word is El Gibor. The Masoretic text is two words, El Gibor. Mighty God implies that the word mighty is an adjective. However, it would appear that these are two nouns put together in the construct state. So in that case, this could be translated as mighty one of the warrior. Gibor meaning warrior. Another possibility is that it is mighty one of Gibor, where we have El being a noun, Gibor being a name of a place or a person. Another possibility is that El Gibor, as seen here in the Isaiah scroll, is one word, meaning it is a name, either a person or a place, El Gibor. The next word is Aviad. In the Masoretic text, it's written as one word, which tells us that it must be a name, not two nouns, but a single name. In the Isaiah scroll, it's written as two different words, Avi and Ad. Now the standard translation is Everlasting Father, but again, this is not a good translation because it's translating the word Ad, which by the way simply means again or until, but they translate it as the adjective everlasting, and that's not really the meaning of the word Ad. Also, then what do you do with the name or the word Avi? Avi can only mean my father or father of. That's the only way you can translate Avi. So Everlasting Father would not fit with this, with the way that this is written. However, a possible translation is my father is again, or my father is until, which to be honest doesn't really make a lot of sense. Or my father is Ad, Ad being a name, or father of Ad, again Ad being a name. And another possibility is Avi of Ad, where both of them are being used as a name, or, as we see in the Masoretic text, since these two words are put together as one word, it's just simply the name Aviad. The next word is the word Sar. This Hebrew word means ruler or prince, but it can also be a name. It can be the name of a person that is Sar. The next word is Shalom, as it's written in the Masoretic text. However, in the Isaiah scroll, it's Ha-Shalom. Ha is the prefix meaning the. So if Shalom means peace, Ha-Shalom would then be the peace, or the wholeness. That's the more literal meaning of the Hebrew word Shalom, to have wholeness, fullness, completeness. So it would be the wholeness. Or it could be a name, Ha-Shalom, or Shalom. If we look at these two words and put them together, Sar Shalom, we can have a possible translation of prince or ruler of peace, prince or ruler of Shalom, with Shalom being a name, or it could be the two names put in the construct state, Sar of Shalom, or it could all be one name, Sar Shalom. Or again, it can be two separate names, put a comma in between, Sar Shalom. So taking a look at Isaiah 9 verse 6, some possible translations, and his name will be called. Again, here is the King James Version, which we've already looked at, which shows that some of these are not translated accurately according to the Hebrew. Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Another possible translation is just simply looking at each of these as his names. Pele, Yoetz, El Gibor, Aviad, Sar Shalom. And then another possible translation, one that I believe is what the author is trying to convey, Wonder of Yoetz, Mighty One of Gibor, Father of Ad, Ruler of Shalom. To me, this is more describing his character, which is what a name is. It's describing him in his role and his function within his community.